What's up, 8th graders? You're going to be freshmen next year, and that means you need to register for high school courses. It's a little bit different process than we do in middle school, so let's walk through it together. So the screen you see here is the class registration system for next year. I originally filmed this back when we were getting ready for 2025-26, so your year might look different. But what you're going to do is log into PowerSchool. When you log into PowerSchool, you're going to go over here on the left-hand side. You're going to see this class registration button. It has a blue chair and a pencil in front of it. You click on that and it takes you to this screen. Welcome to the McLouth High School registration system for 2025-26 or 26-27 or 27-28 or so on. So things to note about this page. It describes what you need to do underneath the requirement. Freshman required math. You must choose one math course. This number of requests to generate is actually for me. That just means that it's only going to show up one time. And then you click the button over here to request a course. There's a little tiny button over here that looks like a pencil. You kind of have to squint at it. It's tiny, but looks like a pencil and has a red exclamation point next to it. You're going to want to turn those things into green check marks, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But if you look down all the way here, you've got other sections: required courses, electives, alternates, and then this additional request, which is already green because there are no additional requests. Once you get all these exclamation points turned green check mark, then this is going to be a green check mark. And on your screen, which is not a preview screen, you'll see a submit button. I'll mention that again here in a minute. So the first step, required math. I click on the little button, and what's going to pop up is Algebra 1 or pre-algebra. And this is something many of you are going to take Algebra 1. Some of you are possibly going to be in pre-algebra. It might be something that you want to talk to your parents about. It might be something that you want to talk to your teachers about. But let's say I'm like, I struggle a bit in math. I think I better do pre-algebra just to make sure I'm successful later on. And then I click OK. Notice everything turned green, and then I can see the class that I registered for right here in the middle of the screen. So that's good news. Now I'm going to drop down to the required courses. All freshmen must take the following courses. Okay, so I click on that. It says it again right here. I must take these courses, and I need to select 3. So that means I've got to click on all 3 of those courses. Okay. After that, I have my freshman electives. Now, here's where things get tricky, at least for some people. They shouldn't be tricky at all. The bottom line is you're going to have elective choices, and then you're going to have alternates. And the alternates are in play only when your first choice electives were unavailable to you. Because in high school, the scheduling gets a little more complicated. I will walk you through what that looks like. Freshman English electives, I click here, and I get to see all the classes that I can take that are not part of those core classes. So there's the first part of them, and there's actually a second page here with physical conditioning, Spanish theater, and yearbook on it. All right, so I know I have these options. So I'm going to pick, I like my ag classes. I want to take some ag. I do like to sing in the choir, so I'm going to make sure I take choir. And then I know I need to take some kind of PE class in high school, so I'm going to take my lifetime fitness class. I'm going to click OK. I've got all 3 of them, so I got a check mark. Carefully note, what are these 3? Because when I get down to alternates, these alternates, you get to pick 2, and they need to be different than the ones you picked for your electives. Now, Mr. Polson, why is that? Well, I'm glad to tell you why that is. Because if I cannot fit you in your elective, for some reason your schedule's messed up or there's certain classes you're taking or whatever, and I can't put you in all your electives, then I'm going to have to go to your alternates. But let's think about what happens if your electives and alternates are exactly the same, then you've kind of given up choice. Because if you don't have any alternates that are different, I get to pick what classes you're in. Don't give up your choice. Make sure you put your freshman alternates as different classes than the 3 you marked before. So let's say I'm like, well, if I can't get an ag, then I will try business management or business comm, and maybe I will try, I don't know, Let's get brave. Let's try theater. Okay. I need those fine arts credits. And I click on OK. Now I have 2 alternates that are different than my 3 electives. In case I don't get all 3 of these, I'm going to get one of these. If I don't get 2 of these, now freshman, it's easier for me to get you in the classes you want. But if I can't, then I know what you want as like your second choice. Everything's green over here. There's going to be a submit button down on the page where my arrow is down here. Clickety clickety. I don't know if you can see it like scrolling around over there. But down in the lower right hand side, you're going to see that. And you click submit, and only when you click submit do those class registrations, those class choices get put into PowerSchool where Mr. Polson can see them later when I'm scheduling your classes. So that's really all there is to it. Pop quiz. Do you use the same classes for electives and alternates?